When I was studying, I really had no idea that I would be so passionate about sustainability. I also had a chance to go to a LEED workshop. LEED is called Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. It's a certification type for greening the buildings, and that was the start of my adventure. Once I went through that workshop, I realized that that's something that I would like to do, because it's taking a building, a typical building. It still looks the same, it doesn't look green or anything crazy, but you are more thoughtful about the design and you're more thoughtful when you build it. And after my graduate studies, I joined a construction company. Again, I was hoping for a sustainability position, but that wasn't available. And I started as an assistant project manager. 6 years later, I was chosen to be the director of sustainability for my organization. And that's how I got into it. At high schools, if you're lucky, you probably have a group that looks at sustainability at your school. I know some high schools doing that. They have clubs, environmental clubs. So if that is the case, join them. If there isn't one, you're lucky again, you can start one and you can have the leadership of that group. So I think that would be the good start. And then you can start looking at your school and see what you're doing and how you can make it more sustainable. When you start this initiative, you'll start looking at it very differently. You'll see things that you didn't realize before. So that would be a good start. And it's a good leadership, because when you start at a company trying to do what I do, that's exactly what you're going to do. You'll observe and you'll start finding those things that you can do better and how you can raise money to be able to implement those measures. Choose a major. It could be any major, because sustainability touches many different disciplines. It could be architecture, architectural engineering, civil engineering. It could be on finance. It could be mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, chemistry. I know a director of sustainability that is a chemistry major, and he's helping a chemical company to be sustainable. So pick a major, and you have to know the details of that area, because you can't just go to a school that makes you become a director of sustainability. You go to a school to understand the details of that specific area. For me, it was architecture and construction. And then I tell them, okay, don't jump into a sustainability related position right away. Understand the operational side of things. Get into it. Sustainability is a change business. It's about being a change agent. And if you don't know your area, you're not going to manage it well. So my suggestion to you is that, one, choose an area that excites you and understand that area, then help that industry to become sustainable. First, I look at my calendar, because it's usually pretty full, and I make sure that I'm adjusting my travel times and I'm making my calls timely. And if I have time, I make the calls, because I usually have a bunch of voicemail left for me for people that are trying to understand the LEED certification for their projects, or there could be a project that we're trying to get awarded because it's competitive, and when there's a construction project out there, people just don't hand it over to us. So we have to compete, we have to give pricing, we have to show why we're the ones that they should choose. So my job is to show that we can add value. Or I could be at my desk creating a class for my people or for our clients, or sometimes for colleges. I go speak at colleges. This is a funny example, but I was introducing myself and my assistant to a few people as Batman and Robin. Sometimes we feel like heroes, because if the project is in trouble with LEED certification, or they are not getting where they'd like to be, we brainstorm, we give them ideas, and we have the experience, and then they say, thank you so much, you saved us. But guess what? We saved you for that project, but we're saving the environment at the same time. It feels good, it has a meaning. And when I'm driving back to home in my car, I feel good, because although I'm away from my children, they're at daycare, I can tell them when they're old enough that when I did my job, I helped you and your children so that you can have clean air to breathe, you have the good healthy food to eat, you still can see the same animals I was able to get introduced to, because they are not extinct. If I can tell these things to my children and grandchildren, that means a lot to me, because my work was not just pushing paper. My work was not something that I had to do to make money, but it had meaning, and it touched them. It touched many others in the community. So that's what makes me happy. That is what makes me happy.